Luxurious week-long golfing holiday in Scotland. The vacation included the finest hotels, gourmet food, and golf at the most famous golf courses in the world. But hold on, a 2-month Larry Barker investigation finds the guest list included UNM VIPs. And guess who paid for it? You did. Here's Larry's investigation.
This was kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
The public needs to know and should be alarmed by this. It's very inappropriate.
It doesn't look good that the university spent money in order to go on a golf trip.
The trip was touted as an extraordinary week of golf and friendship. Fly to Scotland, hobnob with the Lobos, stay at 5-star hotels, and play golf on the most iconic courses in the world.
It was a vacation package with a Lobo theme, sponsored by an Indiana travel agency. For $8,000, you could join UNM athletic director Paul Krebs and basketball coach Craig Neal for a golfing holiday in Scotland.
The hefty price tag included 6 nights in luxury hotels, meals, and 5 rounds of golf at championship courses. 23 participants signed up for the June 2015 golfing holiday. The group included Paul Krebs, his wife, his son, in-laws, Craig Neal and his wife, along with Lobo boosters and fans.
However, there's a dark secret behind that golfing holiday 2 years ago. A News 13 investigation finds UNM's athletic department quietly picked up the tab for university big shots to go on the international golf junket. Nobody noticed when the athletic department doled out tens of thousands of dollars for airfare to Scotland, travel agency fees, luxury hotels, and rounds of golf at legacy golf courses.
Chaki Abdallah is UNM's interim president.
How do you think this looks to the public?
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good that the university spent the money on a trip to Scotland.
Paul Krebs' golf excursion cost the university more than $9,000. Craig Neal's tab was $8,000. Another $8,000 was shelled out for UNM Foundation employee Cole McCamey. The athletic department also paid a $13,000 penalty to the travel agency because the trip failed to attract enough participants. When you add it all up, UNM spent $39,000 to send top administrators on a golfing holiday to Scotland.
I saw this as an appropriate use of university money to generate support for athletics.
Paul Krebs explains Scotland was not a vacation, but rather a working business trip. He says UNM execs were there as fundraisers, using the relaxed social setting of the golf course to drum up donor support for athletic programs.
But that's the rub. You see, UNM cannot use public money for fundraising activities. University fundraising is the sole responsibility of the private UNM Foundation. President Abdallah says the athletic department's use of public money to raise funds was, quote, inappropriate. So why didn't the UNM Foundation pick up the $39,000 golf tab? Well, we don't know. Foundation President Henry Nimchick did not return our phone call for comment.
The trip took place in 2015. Why did it take 2 years to uncover the financial irregularities? Well, take a close look at the athletic department's transaction log. The Scotland golf expenditures were shown as men's basketball tournament in Ireland.
Clearly it wasn't, and it was simply a mistake.
How come that wasn't caught? I mean, 2 years later, we see that the purpose of the trip was mischaracterized.
I'm not sure that it was mischaracterized. It was the basketball coach and myself going on a trip overseas. It was misidentified there, and that was simply a clerical mistake.
I don't believe it is an appropriate use of university funds.
State Representative Jim Dines serves on the House Education Committee. He says UNM funds should only be used for the benefit of student education.
The student's interest needs to be looked at closer versus the administration's interest.
Can a golf trip to Scotland further the interests of UNM students?
No, when we've got the need for money desperately for the higher education, $40,000 is a large amount of money that could have been used for furthering some students' educations.
You are a well-paid vice president here. Surely you can afford to pay for this trip out of your own pocket. Why didn't you pay for it yourself?
You know, I think, Larry, we were acting on behalf of the university, thought it was in the responsibilities of the job, and therefore the university paid for the trip. I think given the fact that we were working, it was a working trip for us, the sense was we could justify the expenditure.
The university spent university funds in order to take donors on a golf trip. If it were from the foundation, then we would not be having this conversation.
Will this happen again?
Not if I know about it.
In hindsight, was this an appropriate use of university funds?
I think hindsight's always 20/20. If we had to do it over again, would I do it differently? Would I use a different source of funding? Would we consider something different? Yes.
Any time that you lose trust or you do something that causes the perception that you're not a good steward of the public money is a very important issue. In this particular case, the Vice President for Athletics made their own call. We'll look back at our processes and figure out exactly what happened in this particular case and move forward. I know we will not spend public money on golf trips to Scotland. I can guarantee you that.
Larry Barker, KRQE, News 13.
Incidentally, as vice president for UNM Athletics, Paul Krebs is paid more than $400,000 a year. We have informational videos about the resorts and its amenities and a partial trip itinerary. You can find all of that. Just go to our KRQE app.